So you want to know more about Dakaja, huh? If you guys didn't already know, I started a thread on Twitter the other day asking you guys to submit some questions for me to answer on my channel. You all seem to really enjoy these videos when I do it, so I decided while I'm on vacation here, I would sit down and answer some of your questions. I don't know how this is gonna go. I haven't looked to see how many questions we got or what kind of questions we got, but I have everything on my laptop here. We're gonna go through some of your questions. I hope I'm not too echoey in this place. I'm in an Airbnb and there's like a family above me. I'm really hoping they don't like get mad at me for being loud, but I'm just gonna read some off. I don't know how long a video this is gonna be. Again, if you don't have your question included in this video, do not worry. I do these every so often. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and all my other social media where I post for you guys to submit questions from time to time. I don't know how shaky the camera is either. You guys are sitting on a Pringles can right now. Wish you could see it actually. Let me show you. You guys are being held up by a Pringles can with some keys to prop up the angle just how I like it. Got the questions in front of me. You can see this is very makeshift, but we're making do with what we got. So let's answer some of your questions here. Question number 1 coming from Pig, by the way. Why haven't you recorded with Pig in 7 months? What a great question. We'll get back to that one later. Okay, next question. Do you think you will ever move back to YouTube full time, especially now with copyright issues? And not a question, but thanks for everything. Leave us up liking on this video. Thank you for the love, man. I think you mean YouTube streaming in particular with all the DMCA strikes and everything going on with music. I don't see myself coming back to YouTube full time for streaming. Twitch is still my home for the time being, but I do plan on streaming on YouTube every so often to kind of promote my Twitch streams. So going live over on YouTube for a little while just to chat with the audience over there and letting them know, hey, by the way, I'm over on Twitch as well if you want to watch me there. It's kind of using them together in conjunction to make all the platforms kind of flourish a little bit more. But to answer your question, no, I'm not leaving Twitch anytime soon. Patience asks, you are allowed one item to take to an island. What do you take or who? Oh, I mean, I think if I'm taking one thing, it's not gonna help me to have like another person there. I'm not gonna survive any longer with just another person. Maybe if I like eat the person. Oh, no. These questions are always so hard because I spend so long thinking about it. Like right now, you guys are seeing like a very cut up version of this video, but I've been sitting here thinking about this for like 15 minutes now. Being really realistic, I think my most important thing would be to get off of the island. So if I'm bringing one item, I think it has to be a flare gun or something to let other people know I'm there. So at any point in time I do see a plane or something fly over, I can let them know I'm down below. I would have to find food and water off the land, but I mean, just to have some kind of point of contact with any other human life, that's pretty important, yeah? Yeah, good answer. Good job, Dal. Question from Carlos. He asked, what made you get into YouTube? Oh man, getting into YouTube was a very interesting story. I told it a couple of times, but an extremely long story short, I went to a very, very small high school. In my senior year, we were going to have our first yearbook in the last 3 years. And I was in charge of making it, taking all the pictures, putting it together. I did all that and I created this thing for everybody to enjoy for the first time in such a long time because our school was so small, we couldn't have yearbooks every year. The creation process of making the yearbook made me fall in love with photography, which in turn made me find my interest and passion for videography. So I took this passion that I found with photography and videography and just put it on YouTube. But I don't know, that's a really condensed version. It's a super long story. I can make a whole video on when I decided I wanted to do YouTube for a living. 100 likes and I'll give you guys a story time of how YouTube came about for me. Question from Griff Talk. He asked, how do you stay so positive? I love these kind of comments too because it really is what I try to portray. I want to give as much positivity as possible to you guys, the audience, my community, because I know in turns positivity breeds positivity. To be completely honest, a lot of my positivity kind of ties into my faith roots. I am a Christian and I have a very strong faith system, and I find a lot of my own personal joy coming from my personal beliefs. Obviously, surrounding yourself with great people and having a good support system around you really help as well, and I have a great family and friends and everyone around me, so it helps a lot. And honestly, questions like that help me stay positive. Just people recognizing that I'm doing a good thing and able to keep my morale high. It's like, hey, I'm doing this right. And everybody stays positive in their own ways, and I encourage you guys to seek it out yourself. Find things that really bring the best out of you and seek those things very hard. Question from Fresh Arts. When did you decide you wanted to become an editor? It was very early on that I started editing, not because I wanted to be an editor, but because I wanted money for gear for my own personal stuff. I started up a Fiverr account and was doing little commissions of like $5 to $25 for a video. I would save up little amounts plus another job I was working at the time, just so I could save up for a camera and a PC and everything that I really wanted. But over time, I made it my main source of income, mainly because of my friendship with Henry or Pro Hennis. He really is the first person that gave me the opportunity to push myself into the full-time aspect of being an editor. Question from Blue. Will I ever find an anime girlfriend? She's out there, bro. She's gotta be. Oh, I like this one. This one's coming from Jake. He says, if you could ever have your own G Food flavor, what would it be? I love sour green apple stuff. I know there's already a green apple flavor of G Fuel, but if there was like a super sour flavor of green apple, I would love it. So that's probably what I would have. Question from John. How many times have you and Val kissed? Honestly, I can't I lose track at this point. At least a couple thousand. I don't know. Next question. Why are you ginger? I am a strawberry brown. My hair. Okay, everybody, look, if you aren't like in my streams a lot, you don't watch my content very frequently, you don't know that my community thinks that I am a ginger. I think my hair and my color of my beard is strawberry brown. Please comment down below what color hair you think I have. And if it's not strawberry brown, I'm deleting your comment. Next question. Question from Parker. What are some of the best friends you've met through YouTube? Oh man, I can't even begin. I mean, all of my friends' circle really is from YouTube with the exception of like 2 people. I mean, the ones I hang out with a lot, like Val and Henry and Apollo and Reborn, all the guys that I'm really close with. I've had so many great memories with these people from YouTube too. It's just been awesome. This is a really good question. Naheen asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? One from the ones you're editing for and one from the ones you're not editing for if possible. I have 2 YouTubers that I don't edit for that I find to be my favorite of all time. A lot of you already probably know this one, but Markiplier was my #1 inspiration for getting YouTube started and doing Let's Plays at the very beginning of my career. And secondly to that, there's a YouTuber named Dan Mace who makes fantastic documentaries and vlogs and all sorts of great videos. I love those 2. They inspire me so much. And from the people I edit for, I mean, it's gotta be Pro Hennis. I mean, I love all of his videos because I edit all of them. Henry's actually a really good guy. He's a natural entertainer. His content is super easy to watch and his editor is pretty hot. Okay, let's get on to the next one. Alexa asks, what's your favorite music groups? I think right now, if I were to give a top 3, it would probably be #1, 21 Pilots, #2, the Arctic Monkeys, and #3 probably has to go to Phineas. Phineas is extremely talented. Dynamite asks, can you talk about the pros and cons of being a part of a team/clan, for example, Carnage? There's literally nothing bad about being in a clan like Carnage. We're just a group of guys that are all friends. We love making content. It's fun when we get to hang out together. Maybe the only con is Apollo really doesn't hug us as much as he used to. But I don't know, there's a lot of pros. Pros being they are all some of my best friends. I've traveled to many different states to meet some of them and be in videos with them and create content. Just to go out and have some wings with your boys late at night. There's a certain kind of bond with the guys within Carnage that is just not, I don't know, it's hard to replicate. There's a few organizations that are really close with each other as well, but Carnage is one of the most tightly knit groups that I've ever been a part of. Next question from Fresh Arts. How did you manage to edit videos for larger YouTubers / get noticed? Backstory would be nice. Again, this is one of those topics that I can make a whole separate like side video for. But to give a condensed version of how I started to up the ante, I guess you could say, it really all comes down to having a resume that is just continuously building. I literally took any job and every job that came my way for a very long time, so I had this resume built up so that I could one day show it to a bigger YouTuber and hope they would hire me. So obviously that's important, just continuously building your resume, but having connections and friendships within the different communities and spaces you want to edit in is very important for getting bigger and bigger clients so that you can become well known as an editor. Like for instance, one of the biggest gateways for me into meeting tons of my clients is editing for Henry. Once I started editing for Henry, I met Nerd Out through him, and from Nerd Out, I got tons of people messaging me for some of their videos. And so you can see it all kind of snowballs once you just get your foot in the door a little bit. Katie asked, when are you gonna drop that merch? Well, funny you asked that. My friend Val and I have a collaborative yin yang merch line that at the time of this recording isn't released yet. I don't know when you guys are gonna watch this, but it probably will be out by the time you see this video. So that means you can click the link down below to get yourself some merchandise. Help support Val and I and get a nice piece of merchandise. The design is fantastic. And yeah, so it's down there, Katie. Go get it. Go get it now. Pig asks, when will I find love in this world? Bro, listen, I will find her for you. You're gonna play this at your wedding one day. Hi, everybody at the wedding, my name is Dakaja. I'm going to find Pig's wife for him before this year is over. Next question coming from Frodo. He asked, what is your all-time favorite game? My favorite series of all time is definitely Kingdom Hearts, and specifically from that series, I love Kingdom Hearts 2. So that's definitely my favorite game of all time. Second-handedly to that, I love the Sly Cooper series, and Sly 3 is probably my favorite out of that. So we got a 2-part question from May. She asked, what is the most memorable thing you have done / has happened since becoming a content creator? So many cool things have happened, and honestly, I feel like every day there's something new that's really super dope. And the opportunities of good things that can come out of being a YouTuber are endless, and I'm very fortunate for that. But honestly, if you guys have watched the channel for a while, you know what I'm probably about to say. One of the most memorable things have been going to Indiana with all of my friends. One of my good friends, Monique, flew all the way from California to North Carolina, and we rode with 2 of my other friends from North Carolina all the way up to Indiana for 12 hours, by the way, a really long trip, to give one of the community members and one of our closest friends a brand new PC gaming setup for his birthday, all funded by by the community, money going straight towards the PC. It was one of the coolest things that we got to do because it was a big community project and everybody really came together for the first time, I remember. Documented the videos down below, you guys can go check it out, but that was seriously today one of the coolest things I've ever done. Next up, what is your favorite thing about what you do for a living? I've thought about this a lot, and to be completely honest, I think my favorite thing about YouTube and creating is the ability to connect from human to human on so many deep levels. Even if it's like, you know, a stupid video or a really funny clip or just streaming or whatever else I do online. Having the ability to connect with someone that I otherwise wouldn't know, you know, they're living their whole, this blows my mind, by the way, you know, someone else in the world right now I don't know has a family and a life, have dreams and aspirations and goals, and I have the opportunity to connect with them and better them, and that's really interesting and unique to me. That's a really cool thing I'm very fortunate and blessed to have the opportunity to do. So I think the connection from person to person and to be able to really impact others in a good and positive way. And to get even deeper after that, she says, what do you think your future self will remember about you now? Wow, I like this. I like to use my brain a little bit on this. I think my future self is gonna be really proud of this time, not necessarily just for my career's sake, but everything I'm doing in terms of like my personal life too. Taking really big steps to make sure that I'm bettering myself and bettering others around me and making sure I have the right people in my life. And to be completely transparent, I think this is probably one of the happiest times of my life. I'm very satisfied with a lot. So I think I'm just gonna look back on this time with pure joy. Anyways, that was good. That was a couple of questions I got to for you guys here today. I return home from my vacation tomorrow and I've really enjoyed this time off. So thank you for being patient with me as I've had a little bit of a different schedule. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this Q&A. That's just about everything from me here today. If you have any other ideas or suggestions for videos, make sure you comment them down below or come tell me about them live on my Twitch stream where I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did, go ahead and drop a sub-like-ment. So subscribe, a like, and a comment, and I will see you in the next video.